2. Hi, folks. You are watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our channels and networks. I'm Mike Morales in Southern California, in the heartbeat of the San Gabriel Valley. And that gentleman out there is
Rick Levy, also in Southern California, at the ass end of the San Pasqual Valley.
And when he means ass end, that's what he really means. Folks, we have been beside ourselves with Casa Manglar, okay?
Yeah, we just had the Espadine. It blew our socks off. We are in a good mood, folks.
But here's the kicker. We did some price checking online. I checked a major location, a major chain of stores in Texas, Specs. You guys who were in Texas, you understand that. Texas doesn't have it. I mean, Specs doesn't have it. But other areas, other liquor stores in Texas do, especially around the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And the pricing of all the varietals are literally dirt cheap.
All the expressions are dirt cheap.
Yeah, every one of them. I mean, we've had mezcals this year that, you know, they're priced at 60, 70, and they're worth every penny. I mean, but this
right?
This, at least the Espadine. We don't know yet about the Tobala. We're going to have that in a second.
We have the Tobala in this episode.
Yeah. So we're gonna let's just taste the juice. Then we'll talk about the pricing and all that other stuff. But so far as we know, Old Town Liquors in San Diego does have all of the expressions. There are a few.
Not all. It doesn't have all of the
ensemble.
Not all of the ensembles.
Okay. It's got one of them.
It doesn't have the Madre Couché ensembles. It does have the standalone.
Oh my God! Quick!
Oh, you opened it already.
Give me a jarrito.
I got my Stossel jarrito from Mezcal.
Yep, here we go. The one with the wider mouth, because that has more mouth surface and allows the alcohol to play a little bit better, if there is any alcohol, because we hardly detected any alcohol or smoke in the Espadine expression. And wow, that Espadine is just amazing. So let's see what we got. We have a lingering bubble. And you know, that was the other thing too. We were really impressed with the way that the Espadine behaved in the glass, you know, with the nice legs and tears, very thick. We just it just made you want to gave you a really good idea of what the mouthfeel was going to be like, and it did not disappoint. That's taking its own sweet time to give me some legs and tears.
Right. The legs and tears are really slow to form. I'm getting some sort of a constellation of pearls.
Oh, look at you. You're getting some streaming. Check that out. What am I getting?
It's taking its sweet time.
Yeah. Oh, there they go. Nice string of pearls. Nice. Oh. Wow.
That's pretty.
It is. Again, this is a Joven, so it hasn't touched any wood, folks. That's generally,
except for the fermentation vat.
Well, yeah. But I mean, it's not Asian wood. You know, and even in fermentation, right, that was with the fibers, so after distillation, it hasn't touched any wood. You've already nosed it, you dog.
Yeah, it gave me those chills down the back. It shivers. Oh,
wow, that's a dense plant. But you know what? It's given me some bright notes too, which I can't recall ever experiencing with a Tobala. Not this many bright notes.
Yeah, with the Tobala, I thought we usually got like you know, sort of flowery and melon and those kinds of characteristics. Well,
I'm getting more alcohol with this.
Right?
There's more alcohol in it, you know, that's presenting itself, which is fine. That's okay. The Espadine had hardly any. Yeah, I'm getting more fruit notes. It's fruity.
It is more earthy for me than the Espadine.
Yeah. Well, the Espadin had kind of like a little bit of the fibers and the bright notes. You know, it wasn't one sided, which is what was really made it enchanting. Is that it had there was a balance to that nose, and they weren't. It wasn't
Right.
clashing with each other, and one didn't overpower the other either.
Yeah, I'm getting some vegetal and citrus notes.
Word of warning though, with the corks are really well sealed, so be careful because I had my cap pop off the Espadin and it took me 5 minutes to pry it loose. Yeah, these are brighter. They're brighter notes, and you're right, flowery, a little bit more fruity, more tropical fruits.
Well, it's not as flowery as other Tobalas that I've had.
And like I say, certainly more alcohol on this one.
In the notes they provided, they identified banana, and I think I'm pulling that out. Although I kind of feel bad that I saw those notes because it's kind of like leading the witness, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's just that even the deck that they had was so informative and so well written. It's rare that we see
Yeah.
stuff like
Well,
that.
they even give you, they give you great information right on the side of the bottle too.
Right.
The production process, the location. It's everything I'd like to see on the label.
Yep.
I love it.
And that bottle, that faceted bottle, just really is a good hand feel.
Yeah, it's easy to grip. It's a beautiful label.
Well, you know what? Let's dive in because I think this is good.
Oh, thank you.
Here we go. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yes. There's that denseness I was looking for in a Tobala. I was really surprised I was getting so many bright notes off this Tobala because most of the time, for me, I get a lot of the fibers and denseness. It's all on the palate, but there's some sweetness in it too that I was really surprised that it came through.
The Espadin was really bright and fruity, but I want to say that this expression is a bit more elegant in the way that it's coming across.
Yeah, yeah.
The Espadin is like, wow, over here, wow, over there, ooh, all this going on. And this, it seems to be, a lot tighter integration of the different notes, not necessarily fewer notes, but just it's I don't know.
Let's say the Espadin is banda music. This is a symphony. So
there you go.
If we had to compare it to something, right? Just to give you folks an idea, that's
I like it.
And that's a descriptor. I mean, really, literally, if you can relate to that, then you understand how this is behaving. Because we've had Tobalas before. I don't recall having a Tobala with this many bright notes on the nose. But once it goes in, once the first pass on the intake, it behaves like the Tobalas that I'm familiar with. And I love that plant. I love the Tobalas and Karwinskis myself. And again, now I got some smoke. I got some smoke, and now that it's opening up, there's a little bit, like I said, there's more alcohol in this one for me, and a bit more smoke for me. And it's right at the bottom.
No, I would agree. I would agree with that. And I'm getting the smoke on the palate this time, more than I did with the Espadin.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Okay, did we break everybody's heart and tell them what the price is on this thing?
Yeah, what did we say the price was on this one? Old Town Tequila. I think they have the Tobala for $49.99. Worth every penny.
Okay, well, the mezcal at a place in Dallas that I found, Casa Manglar Espadin, is going for $39.99, which we had to nominate it for the brand of promise in the value category because the quality of this juice is amazing.
And this is wild harvested Tobala.
Yeah, it's not that they're not. The Espadin now is being commercially farmed and grown, which is good. It needs to have that because you never know when the tequila industry is going to go steal some Espadin from you. But I want to find out if there's a pricing for the Tobala in Texas, because I would dearly, for some reason Specs does not carry it. So I am going to see. This place is called Siegel's Fine Wine and Great Spirits. I guess it's a Twin Liquors company. So Twin Liquors I'm familiar with. Let's see, Tobala. See if they even carry it. Nope, they don't carry the Tobala. All right, so I have no pricing at all on this expression, but so you said Old Town has it for how much?
$49.99.
Wow. And you know what? That's a steal. That's a steal.
It really is.
Wild harvested, folks. You should see show the picture of the conical pit. Just show it. I don't know if you have it up.
Oh yeah.
Because if you wild harvest, that means you go foraging. I mean, you're basically hunting for this stuff. Look at those Espadin.
It's huge.
It's huge. And Tobala, there's a smaller plant. And in fact, let's see what the label says, generally how old the plants are, because it gives you even the age of the Tobala. And like in Texas, Tobala grows like all over the place. They use it as ground cover on front of banks.
8 to 10 years.
The Tobala is going for, it's 12 to 15 years. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
On their, the slide deck that we have, it says 8 to 10. But yeah, here on the bottom,
I would probably
12 to 15.
Yeah, I would say 8 to 10 would be a good ballpark. But
this is just, it's blowing my mind, Mike, because this is all artisanal process. It's open air fermentation in wood vats. It's crushed with a Tahona, copper pot stills. They're just doing it. I will give up tequila to drink this for the rest of my life.
It's kosher. That's the other thing too. It's like, when it comes to kosher mezcals, that means that it's not roasted. The peanuts don't touch the ground. It's not roasted in the dirt. That's what the conical pit's for, which is more efficient anyway, because the rocks in there, absorb the heat, and so it bakes. It kind of bakes like a stone oven. Literally, it's kind of like a stone oven. And
yeah,
I gotta say, I don't know if. I hope somebody's making money. I hope the producers are making it and making money, the mezcaleros, because for the price that we're getting it here in the States, just in Texas and San Diego and California, that's larceny, man. While we were,
I don't know how they do it.
When we were off camera, Rick made a call. He called Old Town and said, set some of those apart. So, you may as well go add to your order and get a Tobala, or I don't know.
Right.
I'm sold. This is right here. Brand of promise.
On this slide deck, it's right saying that that it spends 4 to 7 days in that pit oven.
Yeah, it took about a slow roast. That's a slow roast, folks. That's how you roast a pig, man. That's a matanza in New Mexico. 4 or 5 days. Oh my goodness.
Unbelievable.
Oh, ABV. Just to give you folks an idea, we've got to make sure we give you the ABV on that. What, 40,
45%,
45.
90 proof.
There it is.
There it is, folks.
And Manglar, if you're wondering what that is, it's not the Boston Manglar. It's I guess it refers to the mangrove tree, how mystical that, you know, that's if you look at them on Instagram, they're kind of leaning toward the mystical aspects of mezcal, which what's mystifying me is the price. That's what's mystical for me. It's like, how does that even work? Who's getting paid? You know, because this stuff, the quality of this stuff is outstanding. Oh my
I've
goodness.
still got bubbles hanging on the top of the bottle from my pour.
You know, I you know what I like, Rick, too, is that some of the really good mezcals that we've had this year from different regions, different makers, different brands, is that a lot of them are dangerously, very dangerously easy to go through a bottle. I mean, you know.
Oh yeah. And
this one is made to be sipped and really dissected and take your time with it, because it's that complex. And I haven't seen complexity in a mezcal like this, not since we had Raicilla, where you're just constantly going, oh my God, what else are we getting? You know? That's fantastic. I love the lip and gum numbness, the pepperiness. Got a nice long finish too. Don't start with me. Don't start.
I'm starting again.
Sorry. After the last.
Sorry about that, folks. I was getting a little bit adventurous on my palate and a little bit went down the wrong tube.
It happens. And that's when we do the retronasal, you really have to practice, because that's why in our consumer catador course book, we say you practice that technique with water, okay? Because the last thing you want is 45 ABV going up your nose, all right? Because
or into your lungs,
or down your lungs. Yeah, it does take a little bit of getting used to do that. It's a valid technique. It's what I can. If you're not familiar with that technique, when you hear us, it sounds like we're clearing our throat. It's called a retronasal. We're trying to bring back, after we swallowed, a little bit of the notes, so we see what else we're getting. And
it is a skill that I haven't completely mastered yet.
Well, he's rusty. To be fair, Rick is rusty right now because, you know, he's been on the bench for a while because of remodeling.
It's been a crazy pandemic for me.
Yeah, it's been crazy. It's been crazy, obviously, you know. But I gotta tell you, man, this stuff is amazing. This Tobala. I can't.
You gotta find it and go get it.
Yeah, if you're anywhere in the Dallas area, even if you're in San Antonio, tell me where you're finding it. Leave us a comment if you're watching us on YouTube. Tell us where you're buying it and how much you're paying for it, because the pricing is illegal. The pricing is larceny. Just on the Espadin alone, that's crazy pricing. That's crazy.
It's a crime to have it this cheap.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The mystery to me is how they're getting away with the pricing, because I don't get it. And we thought it was just maybe Old Town, because, you know, it's Zach and it's a big location and everybody wants to be at Old Town Tequila. But when I did the pricing in Texas for that, just the Espadin, it's like, that's dirt cheap, because some of the other mezcals we've had this year are just Espadin or maybe Tobala or whatever, Canada maker, it's all different. Bottling, you know, they're all different pricing, but it's none of it is less than $50 that we've had this year. We've got some great high-end mezcals this year. And this stuff, man, this is your regular Saturday night thing right here. It's like,
right. You know, you'll see what those little 375 bottles of mezcal going for these prices.
Yeah, like Oaxaca used to sell their 375s were, you know, and that was a bargain when you could get a 375 of the really good Oaxaca mezcal varietals. because they were so small. You know, it was a small batch. It wasn't enough to go around. We've had that happen, you know, with tequilas, for instance. But this stuff, all I can say is back up your truck. It's a brand of promise nominee in everything, packaging, the Tobala, the plant. If you're looking to find out where the region is, just to give you an idea, for those of you who are real geeks about this, like I am, I have to be. San Juan del Rio. Okay, if you're familiar with the San Juan del Rio region, for those of you who are Del Maguey fans, you know that San Juan del Rio they made it famous. They did it. So this is coming out of there. I love their packaging. I love what they stand for. Go follow them on Instagram. And if you're having it and you're watching us on YouTube, again, leave us a comment. Tell us what you're doing with it. I would never even put this in a cocktail. I can't even.
No.
Nah. I mean, I'm sure you could, but why? Why? You know, so I don't know, Rick, what else do we say about this stuff? It's like everything we want to know. They're totally transparent. You can go to their website, download all their information. It's everything you want to know about it. It's on the label. It's even better than when we used to snap the QR code and get all that information on our phones, which you can't do anymore.
Yeah.
That's everything you want to know is right there on and their PDF. You can download that and keep it on your computer like we do.
And you know, even right on the label, it's giving you all the information.
Yeah.
It's everything we want to see in a process.
Everything. Yeah, everything. And like I said, hopefully the producers are getting paid as well. That the owners of the brand are doing the right thing. And you know, because the Tobala Wild Harvested, that's
a lot of work.
Yeah, a lot of work. I can see where you're commercially farming espadín. That's a little bit different. You have to now, but with the Tobala and this being wild harvested at the pricing that they're giving it, go find it, go get it. If you're in Texas, tell us where you're finding it. If you can get it at Specs, get it there. I don't see it. Maybe Twin Liquors has it. Maybe it's just exclusive to Twin Liquors. Otherwise, Old Town, they'll ship it anywhere except for where it's illegal. Because, you know, 3-tier system. Other than that, that's our take on this on Manglar. Casa Manglar. I know we've kind of gone long in the tooth on this one, but it really is worth talking about because it's that good and it's incredulous. I'm mystified by the pricing. I don't get it, but
I feel a little bit guilty about the pricing.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like can I leave a tip? You know, I mean, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
you almost feel like you're taking advantage of somebody at these prices.
Yeah, because right now pricing for the quality of this juice right now is anywhere from 10 to 15, sometimes even $20 more expensive than what you're seeing for this brand. Don't pass it up. All right. Take it off the shelf. You'll thank us later. And if you are thanking us, leave us a comment down below. If you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. You know, if you're listening to us on Spotify, you know, download it or anywhere that you're getting your podcasts. And that's our take. I'm Mike Morales here in the heartbeat of the San Gabriel Valley. That guy out there is
Rick Levy, a little bit further south.
he's already off the clock, folks. You've been watching.
I've been enjoying this too much. I finished off my entire pour of the espadín, and
we
now
never
I'm at the
do
bottom
that.
of my Tobala.
Rarely, yeah. It's like I'm gonna have to pour another one. That's our take. I'm Mike Morales. You've been watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media. All of our channels and networks. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Download wherever you get your podcast, and whatever you do, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely.